और सुनानी प्रोग्राम आज की बात के साथ में हूं इम्तियाज मीर। पाकिस्तान एक बड़ी कुव्वत है, पाकिस्तान एक बड़ी ताकत है। चाइना पाकिस्तान की आर्मी के जो ताल्लुकात हैं वो बिरादरान आर्मी जैसे ताल्लुकात है, फौजों जैसे ताल्लुकात हैं। पाकिस्तान और अमेरिका के बढ़ते हुई सूरत हाल और एक खत्ते के अंदर इस्तेकाम, मिडिल ईस्ट के अंदर सूरत हाल आपके सामने है। मुझे ज्वाइन किया है because the Druze communities are facing serious threats from extremist forces and urgent need for international support. Today is my guest. She is an expert on Syrian Druze community. She is a human rights activist. Sally Katish, I welcome you in my talk show. Can you hear me, Sally?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What's the strategic importance of the Druze populated regions like Suweda and Mountain Lebanon? What's your analysis on this?
So the Druze regions like Sweda in Syria and Mount Lebanon are strategically located in mountain areas. So they basically are natural defense. These regions offer buffer zones for rival powers, and they has been stronghold on autonomy and resilience. Sweda, which is having now a siege by the terror groups in Syria, is bordering with Jordan, and it's near Damascus. That makes Sweda a strategic place and makes it hold a lot of significance in Syria.
Sally, what's your analysis? There are definite reasons. Entire the world know about that. What's the relationship between the Druze and other minorities in the region, like the Christians, Yazdis, and Alawatis? What's your analysis?
So I think that the Druze and the Christians, the Yazidis and the Alawites, they all minorities in the Middle East, not specifically in Syria, but also in Iraq, also in Lebanon. In the Middle East, we are minorities, and I think that we are facing the same threat. We are facing the terror groups. So exactly like what happened to the Yazidis back in 2015 when the ISIS attacked when the ISIS attacked them in Iraq. They kidnapped women, they sold the women, they tortured, they slaughtered, they murdered. They did the same thing to the Alawites on March 2025. They did the same thing to the Christians, and now the same thing is happening to the Druze. So I think that all of the minorities are sharing the same threat, which is the radical jihad, which is the extremist, let's say, the extremist ideology that we have to live with and we have to survive with it.
There are the definite reasons. What's the definite reasons behind the persecution and the marginalization of the Druze people?
I think that that the Druze people are politically marginal. They are facing political marginalization. First off, because we are a peaceful community, that's one, and we are a minority, and we don't have a political influence. So being a Druze, being a minority in Syria, is actually in Syria specifically, like they don't have, in my opinion, a real government. Despite being recognized by other nations in the world, they recognized Ahmad al-Sharia as the leader of Syria,
Okay.
but he's a former member of HTS. He's a former member of Jabhat al-Nusra and I think Al-Qaeda. So, in my opinion, there's no actual power. There's no actual government in Syria, and so. Of course, when you are a minority and you don't have a political influence, you would be in the margin. You would not be. You don't have that influence. You don't have the rights to speak in the politics, unfortunately.
Are the Jewish community a religious and a cultural identity in the Middle East at danger?
Of course, not only the Druze, all the minorities' identity and culture are in danger, especially now that since 3 weeks ago there was the terror attack on Syria. They burnt holy places. There was an attempt of an ethnic cleansing, which is basically means that erasing a culture, erasing a minority, erasing people. So not only the cultural and the religion's identity is at danger, but also our lives is a danger, because there was a serious attempt, a real attempt of deleting our existence. So yeah,
The why
we are
has
at danger. But
you know the
now, yeah.
why has the Jewish community politically neutral is, and how does this affect their survival in this conflict zones?
I think that the Druze has always been politically neutral because of two reasons. One is because we are a minority, and the second because we have a survival instinct. So living in the Middle East, where either you follow the extremist ideology or you should just immigrate to another country. If you want to stay here, you have to be neutral. But unfortunately, despite being neutral in politics and all of the conflict and the sectarian violence that has been going on, we are also under attack. So I think that unfortunately you don't have any choice. And since we don't have any political influence, we are a minority, we don't have political influence, we are a danger. And despite until this moment, we're staying neutral, and we never launched a war. We never stood with any, we're just a peaceful community. We want to live here. We want to live in peace. We want to live in our lands. And yeah, that's what you get when you want peace in the Middle East.
What's a Jewish community and a Jewish people demand from the international community and a human rights organization?
First off, we demand humanitarian aid. Sweda's been 3 weeks without food, water, without any medical supplies. 2 days ago, an old man, 94 years old man called Sheikh Mohsen Hneidi, died because he stayed for 4 entire days without food, water, and he didn't take any of his medications. And they also killed his relatives that they were they took care of him. So he had no one. They don't have anything for the babies, for the women, for the old men. So we want a humanitarian aid. We want the world to stand with us. We want the world to stand against the terror groups. We want protection. That's all what we're asking for. We're not asking for sympathy. We're just asking, let's say, a humanitarian help. That's it.
Sally, why the international community? Why the international media silent over this?
I think because we are a minority. A lot of people around the world, they even don't know that we are existed. They don't know what is Druze, what language we speak. They don't know about us, where we live. They don't know nothing. And again, I will return to being not having a political influence. We don't. The world doesn't recognize you. If you have a political influence, unfortunately, the world would recognize you at the moment. But again, because we are a peaceful community, we are a minority, and we never did let's say, a chaos in the world. So the world doesn't know about us, and that's why the world doesn't speak about us.
Sally Katish, are the Jewish people outside of Syria and Lebanon are safe?
If you're asking about, let's say, outside of Syria, inside of Syria, they're not safe at all. outside of Syria, if they are living in a, in a nation or in a country that has democracy and human rights as the big title, then yes, they are safe. But if they're not, then they are a danger because they are a minority, and in the Middle East specifically, there's still the extremist ideology of of the radical jihad, and you're not allowed to have another ideology, and you're not allowed to have another religion and another beliefs. So yeah, I think that not only the Druze, any minority in the Middle East is a danger.
Thank you, Sally Curtis. Thank you for your valuable insights on that. Break का टाइम, ब्रेक के बाद आते हैं डिस्कशन को आगे बढ़ाते हैं.